Lethal Obsession is a project that started about a year and a half ago. It was a story that I have this brain that kind of wanders, and I started thinking about these sexy internet webcam girls and how anonymous they are on the web. And I wondered, you know, if somebody were to break in and kill these girls live on their cams, if you're watching it and you saw it happen, who would you call to report it? I mean, you don't know where these girls are. You know they're in an anonymous bedroom, and that's about it. So I told Chris this probably 3-4 years ago. Chris is my husband, and he ended up writing the screenplay and story for Lethal Obsession. I play Elizabeth Waters, who is the cam site owner, and these girls are killed live on cam by a serial killer. I myself, my character, doesn't really care because her money has started rolling in because everybody wants to see these girls get killed. Everybody wants to see these girls get killed live on cam. Detective Dennett, played by Brad Mills, is the guy who's out to find this murderer, and I can't tell you whether he does or not. I like to think of it as kind of a poor man's version of Seven. That movie scared me to death. So when we kind of came up with the kills and how these webcam girls should get killed, we kind of loosely based it upon things that might happen in Seven if it were to have a sequel, things like that. It's also been compared to Dress to Kill, Valentine, and Grindhouse movies. My character, Elizabeth Waters, has been described as a bitch. She really has. Like I said, she is the owner of the cam service. She knows these girls that she's hired are getting killed on cam, and she really doesn't give a shit. She wants more girls so she can make more money. The viewership keeps going up, and she honestly could not be any happier. So if that makes her a bitch, so be it. I'm a little obsessed with shoes and clothes. I can't seem to have enough. If I could wear a new outfit and new shoes every day, I would be a happy camper. I was so honored to be crowned, so to speak, Scream Queen at the recent Famous Monsters convention here in Indianapolis, Indiana. It was an amazing experience. From the actual pageant, I guess, contest to the actual photo shoot was absolutely mind-boggling. The contest was so much fun. We got up there, we answered some silly questions about horror films. I think one of my questions was, what is Freddy Krueger's last name? I got it right. And then we had to do a little impromptu scream scene, and then the judges went ahead and tallied up their votes, and I was named one of the top 3. I was very excited about that. And what we won from being a Famous Monsters Scream Queen is we did a photo shoot that will be in the Halloween edition of Famous Monsters magazine. So I'm very excited about that. Make sure around Halloween time you check that out and let me know what you think. So I'm really, really excited about it. I was born a ham. Every time a camera's on, from as far back as I can remember, I'm posing. I was a big ham. I believe I wanted to be Christy Brinkley when I grew up. If that dates me, I'm sorry. But you know, every girl when they're little, they kind of sort of want to be a supermodel. So I really enjoy the horror pinup modeling that I've done. You can check out my photos on my Facebook. Make sure you leave me a comment and tell me what you like. And when you see me at the cons, I'll have some of those photos with me. So come on up, get an autograph. It's always a good time. I love meeting the fans, and it just doesn't get any better than that. I love watching horror movies because, it just gets your heart pumping and gets the adrenaline rushing, and no other movie can you be sitting in your bed comfortably and just scream out bloody murder or jump 3 inches off your seat, and nothing can equal a horror movie. Some suspense thrillers, yeah, but nothing's like the horror genre. The reason we chose our first movie to be in the horror genre, of course, is because we love horror. But going to my first horror convention, the fans are just so amazing, and they're so accepting of independent films. It's not like, they have romantic comedy independent film conventions. So what better place to start than in the horror genre? And it's so much fun, bloodying everybody up, and the suspense and the drama, and it just doesn't get any better than horror. I did not watch horror most of my life. When I was little, Mom wouldn't let me watch it because it gave me nightmares, which I completely understand, having kids myself. But the unknown is even more scary, so I was terrified to watch horror films. The scariest film for me watching in the theater was Pet Sematary. It kind of messed with my head a little bit. You just don't kill babies in horror films. So that was pretty much the last horror film I watched until about 2 years ago, when we started just checking out haunted houses and stuff like that, my husband and I, and I'm like, well, let's start watching some horror movies. And the first one he had watched with me, because usually he'd watch them and I'd leave the room, was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then we have this huge collection now, and I just cannot get my hands on enough horror. My favorite film, though, it was one of actually the first ones we watched, was Devil's Rejects. I love Rob Zombie. I love what he does for horror. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but I just love the way he just gets you so into the characters and in their heads, and you just start feeling as screwed up as they are. It's an amazing ride. So Devil's Rejects is definitely my favorite, and the first Rob Zombie Halloween was a great one. I mean, who else can make you feel sorry for Michael Myers? I've never, seeing all the old Halloweens, I just never felt bad for him, but you see this cute little blonde boy and all the horrible things he went through in his family, and you just want to pinch his cheeks and love him forever, and then he just kills everybody. My future's so bright, I think I gotta wear shades. No, I just want to do more of what we're doing. I love producing movies. I love directing. I love acting. I love every aspect of what Dark Rider Studios has done and brought into my life. And it's been an amazing journey, and I honestly cannot imagine what's in store for me. I hope it's bigger and brighter and more hectic, but I see Dark Rider Studios definitely doing more independent horror films. Make sure you check out lethalobsession.com and order your copy of Lethal Obsession today. Thanks for having me on your show.